We're gonna storm the castle. The thing about this deck, I already know. Soldiers are a pain in the butt if you don't control them. The picture of the Storm the Castle is of a card that brings out a 3/3 plus 3 other soldiers and gives them all +1/+1. It is a beater. Um, Pretty good. There's our Kiln Fiend. There's our Advocate of the Beast. We've got some removal, and we got a little booster, and notice that booster just doesn't do enough for us. We're going to start getting rid of those Timberland Guides. It actually might be better right here. We talked about how it might be better to have that Kiln Fiend and then have that Krinko's Command on turn 2 there. There's so many kind of better things that we can do in different ways. Alright, here's where the psychological stuff begins. We got to start thinking. If we drop this, it's a 1/2. This 2/1 is definitely going to attack in because this card can get way more value. This card can become a 4/2, and then it can become a 7/2. Now, we can shock this out of the way, which doesn't do us any good because we didn't get a permanent on the board. We could put a 2/2 down, and since this is, in my opinion, a crappy card, then, I mean, they're pretty much going to attack in, probably trade cards or whatever. The thing is, though, is the first turn or second turn of Kiln Fiend is the correct play because we have the Advocate of the Beast. If we didn't have the Advocate of the Beast here, the Timberland Guide would have been the play. Now, predictably, they will probably attack in because I have a higher valued card. And we're going to skip blocking because I'm not blocking that. No way. What's this guy do? Target attacking creature gets +1/+1. And we got another one. That's a lot of damage. That's 4 to our face next turn if we don't watch out. We still have to do the same thing. There's no great solution here. I can shock and play a Timberland Guide. But this thing is still going to be a 3/2. Like if I shock this creature, or if I shock this, that would be the best thing to do, is actually shock this one. But we don't like to have for them to have abilities on the board. Abilities on the board kind of scares us. This will pretty much ensure that this becomes too big to deal with. So this next turn, we are pretty much planning on taking 4 to the face. I suppose I could have attacked there and got 1 point in, but we always want blockers just in case something gets out of hand. Soldiers get +1/+0. Now look at those guys go. Now, we talked about why 2/3 is big. If you noticed, those 2/1s didn't want to attack in. I mean, like, they could have. It could have been big. And yeah, he will gladly trade either one of these cards, and that's just not going to happen. It's just not happening. Okay, since we didn't get the extra land there, the best thing to do is Timberland Guide here. I'm going to Timberland Guide, and let's pump this guy. Make him bigger because this guy's gonna be a threat too. Okay, and now I can choose the aggressive approach here. Right now, I mean, regardless, I will want to shock this thing because it's what's dealing all the damage and all that. This is sort of that in between. You know, do you want to take aggressive approach or do you want to be defensive? I think I've got enough removal here where being defensive might not be bad for like a turn. So let's be defensive for a turn. Let's try and get this guy out of the reach of their damage a little bit more before we attack in there. Dropping another one. Okay, now I will predict he might attack all out here. I'm not sure. Okay, we'll just shock this guy. That's cool. Oh, see, and that's why we don't want this guy. These guys, yeah, we don't want abilities on the board. I really didn't think that through, did I? We'll take the 6 because we made a boo-boo. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and Bolt Keranos, and I'm going to do it to the this guy here. And we're going to keep that on top because it's good. Yeah, we still can't attack in. You know, we made a mistake. Yeah, you all and me. But that's alright, we're getting closer and closer to being out of reach. Next turn, we might play the Advocate of the Beast, we might play... Oh, we can't play the Hunt of the Week. We will have the Ground Assault on tap here. It's on top of our library. Welcome to Soldiers. This is what soldiers do. They just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, so we need to think about what to destroy here. This makes all their creatures bigger. This guy says it can block any number of creatures. Yeah, we're going to use the Ground Assault, and we are going to pop this guy here. Okay, still not attacking in. Because we have to remain defensive because every point of our life matters now. And if you notice, see, this is where this Timberland guide sucks. I mean, he's just a 1/1 hanging out there. You know, I'm not proud of him. It's suggesting this. I can see where it would suggest this. Between these two guys, I got to look at every single creature like it can get +2/+2. So this could be a 4/3. You know. What I'm actually going to do here, and this is a weird kind of line of thinking, but I'm going to bring this guy out. And the reason being is because it's another beast that can get bigger. It can't attack this turn, so I'm creating a separate threat. And then I'll have a 6/4 guarantee to be crashing in there while I have this defensive line. And then that will still, you know, let me play the Advocate of the Beast and the Hunt of the Week later. And so long as he doesn't bring that one card out, I forgot the name of it. We might see this happen again, folks. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, we could Hunt the Week, but we're not getting rid of anything too high profile there, but we are keeping creatures off the board. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to Hunt the Week with this here. Okay. And I'm going to threaten their life for maybe 15 here. The thing is, this could really come back to haunt me. It probably would have been best to just crash in with the one Maulhorn, but I assume that they would multiple block like this, and I would get rid of multiple creatures. And that's what I was saying earlier about playing that Maulhorn, as it was kind of a gamble. It's kind of, but I looked at it as several removal. So it just sort of worked out for us. Sometimes it'll work out, sometimes they'll just chump block with a 1/1 and come back and hit you with their entire board, which is way smarter to do. I'm going to be crashing in pretty much every turn with the 6/7 now. There's no reason not to. But I'm going to be holding back using the Advocate of the Beast and everything as my line. Playing both these creatures here. And next turn I'm planning on attacking it with everything if everything goes right. Since I have 2 Advocate of the Beast out, this is the first time this has happened. We're going to get 2 counters on this guy. So he's getting ridiculous. And this is sort of the thing, if you want to look back at the card Fling, Fling can be a really, really good card in this deck if it goes unanswered. I love having these 2 things in hand. It's so beautiful. There's actually no reason why we shouldn't attack him with everything here. Since they're white, they don't have haste. They might block a 1/1 here, but if so, we're going to get a ridiculous amount of damage through. Oh, I forgot that they can block multiple creatures. Well, that was silly of me. Alright. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We can either drop this 4/4, swing across, or we can discard this for double strike. I like to do double strike because it's fun, and that's going to make this a freaking 13/13 double striker, and that's just fun. Now there are some things that can just destroy target creature in decks like this. So, especially destroy target attacking creature. So sometimes you will totally embarrass yourself. It really would have been better to put all that damage on that 1/1, but sometimes it's nice to just rub it in. Alright, we got another Hunt the Weak and another Advocate of the Beast. This is what our deck's all about. There should be another place for another Hunt the Weak. It just depends how we build the deck. This card, a lot of people are going to consider playing. It's a really bad card. What the target creature gets +7/+7 and gains trample until end of turn. That part's good. The second part is what everyone banks on, though, and it says it must be blocked this turn if able. That only means that your opponent has to block with 1 creature. It's not like some other cards in Magic, which forces your opponent's entire side of the board to block. These cards are awesome. Actually, I got a ton of good cards here. Not for decks that I have, but the Gravedigger's good, the Assassinate's good, the Archaeomancer, the Safe Passage, Attended Knight, Raise the Alarm. Raise the Alarm is super good in combination with Mentor the Meek, so you should definitely put that in your green-white token deck. And we got Slivers next. Slivers are a pain in the butt. These guys, when they pile on top of each other, they get bigger and bigger and stronger, and they just hurt. You know what? I don't love this hand, but I'm going to play it because I like the Charmbreaker Devils with Shocks and Krinkos, and we'll just see if we can get ahead. We are going to have to use the Shock early to guarantee that those Slivers don't get too big on us. I believe there's a double striking Sliver in here that can just tear us up. And I believe there's also a flying Sliver. We're playing the Wandering Wolf first. Try and get some damage going across the board there. Creatures you control have Death Touch. Well, that's not cool. Death Touch basically says that if that creature deals combat damage whatsoever to your creature, if I have a 10/10 and a 1/1 Death Toucher deals damage to it, then it'll kill it. I swung in here because this creature can't block, because the wolf says creature's power less than that wolf can't block. Dropping the Krinkos command. I'm playing the aggressive route here. I could have kept the Shock open because he's going to pile bigger and bigger stuff on these Slivers. They accumulate, they get bigger, they get stronger, they get scarier. Like this guy. Sliver creatures you control get +1/+1. And I have to do crowd control here. I'm going to now I'm going to do something a little tricky here. I'm going to swing in with both of these cards before I play the shock. A lot of people would play the shock here, shock this, and make it a 1/1. But the thing is, if I do that, he won't block with this creature. He wouldn't block a 1/1 with this. But what he will do is block these 2/1s while they're 2/2s. I can then shock it, and then that will go down to a 1/1. I'm not attacking him with the wolf this turn. This is a really tricky kind of play. And you need to be smart. If someone attacks in and your creatures are bigger than theirs, don't just go and block, because they are planning something crazy. Okay, he attacked with both. Now here's the thing. I'm going to shock the creature that pumps his creatures. Bam. That's going to remove the creature from the blocking sequence, meaning that I won't lose the goblin on the left, and then the goblin on the right will take out his Death Toucher. Now, I know that was tricky. Hopefully you followed along. That was the first, you know, pro play that we had. Sorry for all the pop-ups, man. No, we can't crash in here. This guy's just too big for us. Hopefully, between the Charmbreaker Devils and these spells, it will get us to some of our other better spells later on. And, like the Bolt. The Bolt actually saved us here. Now, that being said, the Bolt saved us here, but if this were, Ground Assault, then we could take out a 6/6 here. We're going to play this card first. And then from here on out, we'll probably be using the Bolt Keranos. The reason that I don't want to do it now is because let's say I killed this thing, and then played, or let's say I played the Bolt, there would be 3 cards in the graveyard, and the Charmbreaker Devils get to return that card at random. So at random right now, it's going to return one of these 2 cards to my hand. And if I had played the Bolt, it would have, you know, returned one of the 3 cards to my hand, and I wouldn't have liked that. So we're going to Bolt this creature on the opposite side of the board, pumping the Charmbreaker Devils. Do we want the Prey Upon? Yes, we actually want it on top, and the reason being is because Prey Upon is pure removal. It doesn't say an amount of damage or anything like that. So it's contingent on our Charmbreaker Devils, and the Charmbreaker Devils can get up to an 8/4, so we can remove basically anything they have. We're swinging across. I am not going to play the Titanic Growth. I know that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's not enough to do the damage. And if I were to play the Titanic Growth, then I will have 3 in the graveyard for that randomization to choose from. And I don't want it to be totally random. I want it to be like a controlled random. Controlled random is how we win. What does this guy do? When it enters exile. Ugh. Alright, that's okay. So, here's where tricks start to happen. We are going to Titanic Growth this guy. Bam. Then I am going to Prey Upon, targeting this, and it's going to prey upon that. They're going to fight each other. And then I'm going to slap him for 7. So we can see once again how good that Charmbreaker Devils is. It does just enough for us to, you know, keep a consistency to our late game, where normally your hand would be kind of done. Again, Kitoroen wins. You all will keep winning with me if you keep watching the channel. I hope you all are enjoying these videos. Feel free to comment, leave me, leave me some funny stuff. Keep the mean stuff out of the comments. This channel is just getting started. We're gonna keep playing through the campaign, and that's it.